Good morning, fellow truth seekers. Just waking up here. I want to sneak in a quick lesson about Miranda rights, the police, and our Supreme Court. But before I begin with that, I want to talk about the most recent Batman movie, the one that began with the shooting in Denver, Colorado, if you can remember that story. One of the survivors of that who was wounded and who got to meet the president. There was a lot of news stories about that. He got to go sign a bill for gun legislation. He also happened to be from the town of Newtown, Connecticut, and was in close proximity to witness that shooting as well, and was also on the news for that. And if you look up that news footage, you'll see how they talk about what a bizarre coincidence it is. And think about it. What a bizarre coincidence it is. But anyway, in that movie, which I believe is more than a movie, I think that's the people who rule this world kind of shedding light on how they see themselves. I think they see themselves somewhat as a Batman type. In that movie, I don't want to give it away, but someone says that they changed their name to Miranda to get into the League of Shadows. Well, the name Miranda in gematria sums to 33, the number of significance, what a name should sum to, and what I speak about largely on this video blog and my written blog. If you've never seen one of my other posts, just stop here and go up to the introductory video on the banner or look for some of my earlier posts. I will enlighten you about this. If you've already seen that, let's move on. So that word Miranda, it should remind you of Miranda rights, which once I learned about this was the first thing I went and looked up. So I looked up the history of Miranda rights. The incident involved a man named Ernesto Miranda. Ernesto sums to 33 in gematria. Miranda sums to 33 in gematria. It took place in Phoenix, Arizona, which is located on the 33rd parallel north. There's also something curious about Arizona and Ernesto Miranda's supposed birthday. In gematria, the word Arizona sums to 39, another very significant number. I have a post about 39, New York, and the Declaration of Independence. You should check that out if you haven't done so already. To date, that is my least viewed post, and I think it's one of the most interesting. Life's ironic that way. Anyway, Ernesto Miranda's birthday is March 9th, 3-9. And this is taking place in Arizona. His birthday is 3/9/1941. The acronym USA is it's 21 for U plus 19 for S plus 1 for A. The acronym for USA sums to 41. The word king sums to 41 in gematria. Both the words lock and key sum to 41 in gematria. So, this case, the arrest happened on the date of March 13th, 313, 1963. If you sum up that date in gematria, it sums to 26, another important number. In this gematria, the God number is 26. The English alphabet is 26 letters. The word God is spelled G-O-D. That's 7 plus 15 plus 4, which sums to 26. In the Sandy Hook shooting recently, there were 26 victims. Much more. That's just a brief example. So that's a significant number. The Supreme Court did their final decision on the date of June 13th, 1966. It would be June 13th that the O.J. Simpson murder scene would be found also in history, and on that date the numerology of it sums to 33, just like the name Simpson, and that also involved courtrooms, so not too far off from Miranda rights in this Supreme Court decision. So the date of that was June 13th, 1966. If you sum that date, the numerology of it is 32, which is another number of importance. America sums to 32, UK sums to 32. The date of the Declaration of Independence sums to 32. Remember, the ranging degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry are 31, 32, 33. If you sum all three, it sums to 96. The word knowledge equals 96, and the Freemasons pride themselves on being the keepers of knowledge. The word keeper sums to 33, as does the word masonry. As does the word police, which these Miranda rights are directly attributed to. This is about the police. So we have this Ernesto Miranda with a 33 gematria, 33rd parallel, and now we have the word police, which equals 33. Also, this is in the southwest. Out of all the directions on a compass that you could write and get the gematria for, only southwest sums to 33. And then think about big companies that are named Southwest, from airlines to plumbing. I think the reason they choose the word southwest is because it sums to 33, a number often coded into mega corporations and things like Dow Jones, which equals 33. So, before the decision, the case was argued from the dates of February 28th, 1966 to March 1st, 1966. The numerology of the date it began is 34, and to me it's curious that they didn't begin it the day before, because then they would have had their February 27th, 227. 22 divided by 7 sums to the number that is pi, and a number that they like to use a lot, I think because it means that their stories are going to come full cycle, or they will repeat again. It's all part of a cycle. But the date summing to 34, the ninth Fibonacci number, that's also very significant, because if you're not familiar with the Fibonacci sequence, you should look that up. It's very fascinating. They call it the mathematics of life. Everything from our handprint to a leaf to the way the galaxy is shaped, it follows this mathematical sequence known as the Fibonacci sequence. There's also a similar sequence known as Lucas numbers. That's kind of like the man's manipulation of the Fibonacci sequence. Anyhow, the case was also argued to March 1st. Think of 3-1, like 31, like the foundational degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. 1966. And also it's in the year 66. If you guys have not seen any of my video posts before, please check the other ones out that I'm going to link down in the comments. These numbers 33 and 66 are very much connected. They're both multiples of 11. If you write out the word 33, THIRTYTHREE, and sum it in gematria, it sums to 66. In the Bible, which is 66 books in length, 39 Old Testament, that number 39, 27 New Testament, the first book is Genesis. The gematria of Genesis is 33. A lot of people say that Genesis is the scriptural representation of the Big Bang. Big Bang sums to 33 in gematria. When you study this gematria, you see much of our science is centered around 33, from hurricanes to arsenic to the temperature scale to the scientists to the years that they did their work, from Einstein to Darwin. It's just astounding. I have all these posts on my video blog. If you're not tuned in yet, please subscribe. There's lots of information I have to share. Down in my comments, there's lots more linked to read and view. Please also read. Reading's important, people. You can't watch everything. But anyway, the point is I'm trying to show you guys this is a hoax. The Supreme Court's chamber, there are 333 viewing benches for an audience, that number 333. There are 9 Supreme Court justices. The numerology of 333 is 9. That might be part of the reason they chose that number. But the thing is if you look at the Supreme Court justices, the people on there right now, almost all but one have master name numerology, and almost half the bench has a 33 name included in either their first, middle, or last name. Plus some of them have 33 life numbers. You see what's really going on. And if you go back in history and you read what Thomas Jefferson wrote, he said that the moment that the Supreme Court was decided that it would be 9 people, that is the moment the nation would essentially be over, because now you've put so much power in the hands of just 9 people. And think about that. We are a nation of what? Going on from 300 to 400 million, and who knows what time, ruled by 9 people for 1/3 of our federal government. The word federal sums to 33. If you've never seen any of my posts, only 3 states have 33 names. The first Delaware, the last Hawaii, and the 6th Massachusetts. This 33 thing is a long piece of history. If you go back and read about the Supreme Court, you will find that the most dominant justice of his era, and likely ever, was named Sam Miller. Both the names Sam and Miller have a gematria of 33. So this is a deeply rooted thing, you guys. I'm trying to show you what's really up. Our legal system is even, the words around it are based in gematria. The word judge equals 47. The word jury equals 74. The word court equals 77. Lawyer sums to 84. United States of America sums to 84. We are said to be a nation of laws. It might be true, but laws by who, for who? And that's what this is about. Waking up and seeing what's really going on. The hoax that has been on us is upon us and will continue to be upon us till we end it. Again, please subscribe, please share. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it.